So, well, tēnā koutou, everyone. It's great to welcome you all back to the Kauri Room. And it's been a full day. I think we can all agree. I know some people have come in and they've come out and they've been in different sessions. And I know some of you are also watching this much longer after the event. But I think everybody's really enjoyed it. I know Avril sent me a few thoughts from her room. So she was in room number 1. The key thing that stuck out to her was Aotearoa is small, but we have a great opportunity to make a real difference globally. And she loved how solution focused all of the sessions were, with lots of great examples of how people can help to move the dial. And that was my experience too. I was kind of jumping between the rooms, but mainly in room number 2. And I love that, there was consistent themes across the whole collection of rooms. So thank you everyone for joining. Remember at the start of the day, I held up an avocado and I said, what's the true potential? It's a seed. Well, I ate the avocado at lunch. I shared during the session that I had. So that's the seed inside. My question for each of you is, what's something that you got out of today? What's a seed that you can take away? Practical. What's something really tangible or practical that you can take away from this conference and implement? Could be a leadership principle, could be a what type of product am I going to buy, could be a I'm ready to write my story now, could be I'm going to start that thing I've been meaning to, or maybe you connected with one of the speakers, the panelists, or someone else in the room that you hadn't seen in a while. I think that was a really important part of the day, was just building community. So I'm really glad that you were able to join. I would love to see some more messages in the chat. So I'm not going to send out an official feedback form, but I'd love to get some quick feedback. So in the chat, first of all, can you type, if you haven't already, what's one word that describes today? For me, it's actually a word that I kind of led off with, so I'm glad it still is there, and that's curiosity. I think being curious and asking questions unlocks us to so many new ways of being and new ways of thinking. So being curious is something that I was hoping it would be the case, but I've learned so much from everyone I heard. And my encouragement to each of you is to continue with being curious, to continue asking questions. So thanks everybody for your comments in the chat, in the messages. I'm wondering as well, what gave you energy, or what have you enjoyed about this format? I just want to get some input on that. I'm aware of the limitations that come from online, but we were trying to get some interaction and, using at least the chat and having the community room as well. So in the chat, I'd love to hear any suggestions you have. And also, there's a lot of wisdom in the room right now. What suggestions have you got for the future? Does this format work? I'm open to doing it again, but I'm also open to trying different things. One of the things that I'm reflecting on is, would there be appetite for every 2 months holding something, but have it one panel speaking and focus in and have all the attention on that one panel, and then 2 months later another one? Or what do you think would work? What would you attend a thing like that? What would be your suggestion for the future? So any feedback that you've got, I'd welcome it in the chat. We're recording this, so I'm pretty sure I'll be able to see the feedback there. And I guess the other thing that I wanted to finish off today with, I have whakatoki that I want to finish with, but before that, I just have to say thank you to so many people. First of all, to all of you who are here watching this, I just really am grateful that you would take time out of your days to come, to listen, to learn, to share stories. So I want to thank each of you who've been part of this, whether it's right now or whether it's watching it later. I also want to thank the speakers and the panelists. Because there was about 100 of you, I'm not going to go through and try to name every single name, but I just want you to know how much I appreciate, and each of you brought such valuable experience. And I just loved hearing your stories. So thank you so much for sharing. I also want to thank the amazing MCs of each room. So we had Erica Austin, we had Avril Moser-Rust, we had Pete Howard, Natasha Zimmerman, and we had Jamie Small. So thank you, team. Like, really, thank you so much. It wouldn't be possible if we didn't have people like you who made everyone feel welcome, introduce the speakers. And I also want to thank the IT support team. So behind the scenes, there's people who've been making speakers co-hosts or muting people or dealing with little IT things. There's actually fewer IT issues than I thought there would be. So that's a good thing. But I want to say thank you to Isaac, Jose, Kodrian Eshe, Kylie Yardley, Ben Erskine, Max Ido, Diego Ramirez Sesti, Sam Renzi, and Luis Perez. And if I left you out, it wasn't intentional. There was a lot of you helping and really appreciate it. And the rooms were provided by Ministry of Awesome, Christchurch NZ, Winnsboro, and Perryfield Lawyers. Thank you. That was really great. And yeah, thank you to all the supporters and everyone who's been involved. Now, this isn't the end. It was recorded, and I personally have many sessions that I want to go and listen to, because I was mainly in room number 2. So when I look at that and see all of these people who spoke, I really want to go and listen to governance. I want to hear the former mayors. I want to jump in to learn about poverty in the economy. Like, there was lots and lots of sessions. So what we're going to do next is edit them, and then we're going to put them out. So the same website, I'm planning to have a tab, and then you'll be able to go there, and then all of the videos will be there. So the encouragement here would be, would you help to share the content? If you were challenged by it, if you were maybe encouraged by it, whatever it was, would you be part of this kaupapa and share it with other people once it's available? Hopefully you get the intention that this is not in any way trying to make money from it. I'm not going to put up a barrier or anything. I want it to be accessible for everyone. So if you got a lot out of one of these sessions, when it comes out, why not tell a friend, post about it, say, hey, you should go listen to that one on food waste reduction because it was really, really great. Or you should go listen, B-Corps. That was an amazing panel. So join me, I guess. It's not an ending. And with that in mind, maybe there's someone that you haven't connected with in a while, but you saw that they attended this. Why not reach out? Why not have a coffee? Why not work out? You know, maybe there's some mutual way that we can support each other. The big thing that I want to build more of is community. We can encourage each other. We can keep moving in the same direction together. So this is just one small bit of building that community. So thank you for joining that. I'm seeing lots of messages coming in the chat. So thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. And if you do have suggestions, I did email, as I said at the start, I emailed everyone. And so you will have my email somewhere in your inbox. Feel free to hit reply if you later on, tomorrow, next week, if you think of something. I'm open to other IT platforms. I've had some people say you should try this or that. Zoom, I kind of like because it's easy. You know, everyone knows what it is. You click a button, you don't have to download things, but I'm open to other suggestions. So thank you, everyone, for joining. I'm going to finish it there. I'm not going to keep going on. I just want to take a moment and take a breath. And yeah, I mean, it's actually kind of emotional because it's like months of work, well, kind of years of work, to be honest, thinking, wondering, should I do this? Is it worth it? I shared about a little story that I pulled together called The Apple Tree, which I'll send a link to after this. But I guess seeing the messages here and knowing that there will be impact from what you each are taking, it makes it worthwhile, right? So I want to finish with a whakatauki, which I really love. I'm going to read it in English, and then I'm going to read it in Te Reo Māori, and then we can go our separate ways. It basically says, when the tikoka, which is the cabbage tree, is destroyed, it builds inner strength. Then it begins to grow again, resilience. So I guess the metaphor, the picture that I take from that is that new life can rise, new life can come, like we've been talking about seeds. And I just encourage you, reflect on what's the seed of the thing that you're going away with. How can it be planted? How can it be watered? How can you make sure that there's people who will support you and come together? And let's see what can grow. So thank you everyone for joining, and I'll just read this. Kafati teki, kewana teti, karito teti. Thanks, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and let's all stay in touch.